Hello once again, my friends on YouTube. Today, I'm issuing a call for the downfall of the dictatorship in the Middle East, starting with Saudi Arabia and Sudan. There are few things happening on the stage in the Middle East. One of them is in Sudan, and two important things. Of course, there are many things, but two important things happening in Saudi Arabia. The first thing happening in Sudan is the people, the Sudanese people in Sudan are demonstrating, calling for the resignation of the government and the president al-Bashir in Sudan. And this is legitimate because in the Middle East in general and all Islamic countries in particular, all the leaders, they do not leave the office or the power until they are dead, either normal death or killed or removed. Starting from the time of Muhammad, he stayed until he was killed. The Sunnis, Muslim Sunnis, believe that he was poisoned by a Jewish woman. The Muslim Shiite believe he was poisoned by his wife Aisha. I tend to believe the latter one, that his wife Aisha murdered him, poisoned him so that her father can take over the empire that he built, the empire of theft. That's beside the point. If you don't believe that he was murdered by a Jewish woman, she poisoned him 3 years earlier, is a bit doubtful, but I really think his wife poisoned him, Aisha. That's one. Two, in all Muslim history, all the leaders, almost 99%, they do not leave office. They don't leave the power unless they are killed, removed, or die natural death, which was very rare. Anyway, I suggested in the last video that the president of Sudan, he should look into leaving. Otherwise, he should do like what President Mubarak did in Egypt. Otherwise, he is looking for a bloodbath in Sudan. So, please save the blood of the Sudanese people and the region and leave. This is the minor point on the side. Here, in Saudi Arabia, two things also. They are calling, in Sudan, they are calling for the downfall of the government and the president. In Saudi Arabia, it's a little bit different because they cannot say that directly. So what they are saying is they chose two topics and they say they want to change these two topics, but at the very end, they are saying the system is sick. Number one topic is because of that young lady, her name is Rahaf Al-Qanun, a Saudi young lady. She's an 18 years old girl. She escaped and she went to Thailand, and she asked for political asylum in Thailand. There was one girl before her who asked for asylum, but it was in the Philippines. Somehow, I don't know why President Duterte of the Philippines let the Saudi government take hold of her and return her. I think she's in prison now, or she's facing what's beyond her imagination, really. Anyway, that young lady now, Rahaf Al-Qanun, she went to Thailand and she stayed in the airport, and then Australia was trying to look into her case. However, I believe Canada called her to go and to live in Canada. God bless Canada and the Canadians for that. What is the root of this issue, really? The root of this issue is the people cannot say our religion is sick. So what they are saying, they are touching, instead of going straight to the heart of the matter, they are touching on the outside of the problem. But it's a start. It's a start. So they are touching because in the only country in the world that a woman has to walk or to go, she cannot go anywhere, she cannot do anything unless she has a male presence from her family, either her father, her brother, or her son, to accompany her if she's going to buy food in the supermarket. A male relative has to be with her. If she is going to do shopping for the family, buy clothes for the kids, a male relative has to be with her, and so on and so forth. So in Saudi Arabia, what they are calling for now, they are saying this is wrong and we are not to be treated this way. And the second thing they are saying, they are talking about, the second subject they want to bring down is the agreement for or the marriage of young girls. But both subjects has something to do with the religion itself. But they cannot criticize the religion. So I'm criticizing it for them, because this is the time for the Saudis, especially the Saudis, to rebel against the system. And the system is an Islamic one. Let's be realistic and put it just in plain sight. The problem is an Islamic system controlling these people. So when we see a young girl is getting married, who was the first person who made it legal to marry a 6 years old? That was Muhammad. And they say he used to seek pleasure with her. And I want you to, because when he married her, he was 51 years old. And she was a 6 years old child. That's like his granddaughter. And they used, in the Islamic books, it says he used to seek to have pleasure with her. Not total sexual intercourse, but it's not clear. How can you have pleasure with a 6 years old? I can't make it up in my head. You have to be really very sick to do that with a 6 years old. What would 6 years old child understand about this? Number one, he married her. He consummated his marriage with her, full sexual relationship with her when she was 9 years old. That's a child. So when Saudi Arabia now putting minimum age for marriage as 15 years old, actually they have higher moral standard than Muhammad. 15 years old, still very young. Even, in my opinion, even 18, but let's say 18 can go, can pass. If a girl marries at 18 is okay. I wouldn't let my kids marry at the age of 18, especially the girl, well, boys or girls, because they are still kids, okay? But 15 is still very young. However, to make it 15, they are still, the Saudis today have higher moral standard than Muhammad himself, because he consummated marriage with a 9 years old girl. All right, so they are calling to stop the marriage of young girls. Automatically, that gives you the notion that they are saying Muhammad was a filthy guy, immoral man, but they cannot say it verbally. So, guys, I'm saying it for you. And when they call for the downfall of male companion to the woman cannot go anywhere without a companion. This because in the Quran, Muhammad's, in his Quran, he said that women are deficient in mind and their faith. So if you are deficient, you always should have somebody superior to you to follow you and tell you what to do. So they are starting with, they don't want somebody to supervise them all the time. What they are saying, we have enough mind and we have enough intelligence and we can do it on our own. Stop dictating to us what to do. Practically, indirectly, they are rebelling against the religion of Islam. And I commend all of them, men and women, who are standing against this injustice and all this nonsense that Muhammad left us behind. And I hope, because this is the time to take a stand, and this is the time that you can accomplish something. And I say that because the clown prince, not crown, clown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, is very weak and shaky now. So is his father, the king. And they are very weak now, and this is the time to take advantage and I know they are taking advantage by doing these steps now, but this is the time to take full advantage of this moment in history and destroy that evil system. Thank you very much, and we hope to hear from you, and we hope that if you have any suggestion or if you have comments or questions, we welcome that very much. Thank you very much. We'll see you again. Bye.